Civil engineering is one of several prominent career fields for engineers. It is a discipline that encompasses the fields of design and construction of physically built structures such as bridges, roads, dams, canals and huge residential and commercial buildings. It is obviously possible that there are more such constructions and designs in future, leading away to the rise of civil engineering. Civil engineers earn high pay and play an important role in community development. However, high-pressure projects are common and some civil engineers work over 40 hours a week. Here we are providing a major pros and cons of being a civil engineer which might be helpful for aspiring civil engineering students. There are numerous positive aspects of a job in civil engineering. First and foremost, civil engineers, and engineers in general, will always be in high demand. Society will always be expanding and demand for the construction of dams, bridges, buildings, etc. will be infinite. Because of this, engineers generally easily find work when they leave college. However, career opportunities depends on the competition amongst civil engineers in a particular country. Engineering is an above-average employment sector, and civil engineers certainly hold their own among peers. Because of the wide range of the civil engineering field, there are a number of specialized areas where one can focus based on personal interest. The main areas of focus for civil engineers include structural engineering, construction, geotechnical engineering, water resources and transportation. Civil engineers also often hold supervisory and administrative positions, and still others might choose to work in design, teaching or research. In the civil engineering field have the opportunity to work in the macroscopic view. While many other engineers such as chemical engineers and biological engineers work on nearly invisible, microscopic scales, civil engineers work with large structures and apply laws of physics. You will get opportunity to work on different sites and travel new places. Much of their work time is spent outdoors at work sites where they monitor buildings and projects and resolve project issues. The nature of the work keeps civil engineers active and on the move. It is also dynamic, which means each project has its own distinct design challenges and operational issues. Engineers also get to work closely with contractors, architects and workers. Civil engineers have the unique ability to combine strong technical competence with creative designing. They need to know the ins and outs of building construction, including electrical and plumbing systems and functional workings. However, engineers often love the challenge of making plans that balance functional value with aesthetic appeal. In communities that emphasize contemporary design structure, civil engineers often renovate or rebuild more creative structures where older, more traditional structures once stood. Civil engineers are central figures in community development. Without their unique talents, communities would not grow and prosper. Buildings and roads provide the basis of city infrastructure. Engineers not only provide them, but they use their skills to optimize performance and efficiency of community systems. They also develop water and sewer systems that balance safety standards with delivery of water and sewer processing, which are key functions in city operation and residents' health and comfort. Civil engineers have access to site work. If you don't like typical cubicle work setup, you will love working outdoors. This profession takes civil engineers to different locations and environments, hilly areas, seashore, villages, forests, etc. It is a well-respected profession. You are considered an important part of community. Seeing a building built from start to finish which you own, setting out have a good salary, company covers exciting sectors such as bridges, airports, tunnels, highways, etc. This is all enough to have a job satisfaction. So far we have discussed the pros of being a civil engineer, as every coin has two sides. Civil engineers has to deal with a dark side too. Here we are presenting some of the cons of being a civil engineer. At initial part of your career, you will have to work very hard on both field and off-field. Also, pay scale in initial phase of civil engineering career is relatively low as compared to other engineering fields. With great importance comes significant job pressure. The buildings and projects you head up as a civil engineer are sometimes massive in scope and budget. Significant failures can lead to significant losses for your company, or a raise in the company's insurance premiums. Faulty engineering can also lead to calamities in communities, from building degradation, road and bridge problems, and water system malfunctions. Problems with your work can hurt your employer's reputation, or your own. There are a lot of cost and risk involved with the job. Hence, there is a lot of pressure, as liability can be high on errors. It will not be a tie-and-suit job, working day in and out in a well-furnished office. Most of the time you will be seen in field wearing helmet unless and until you are a designer. Civil engineers sometimes work a typical full-time week. However, 1/4 of all civil engineers work more than 40 hours a week. Additionally, it is typical that you would spend a good amount of time on the road or remote areas. You spend some of the week in your office planning. Other work time is spent on site communicating with construction workers, overseeing projects and monitoring progress. Increased scrutiny. Because a significant number of projects are government-funded or government-run, civil engineers must work under increased scrutiny of reviewers and auditors overseeing government spending. This type of review can increase job stress, as an engineer has to regularly explain his thinking and decision-making under criticism of a regulatory third party. The construction industry has a high rate of work accidents and a poor reputation for coping with problems, with many projects failing to meet deadlines, cost and quality targets. Thank you for watching this video and providing your valuable time. Please share your views on this video in comment section and don't forget to give a like and subscribe.